Okay, there we go. Awesome. We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's class. I just linked a playlist in the chat. You can listen to that if you'd like to listen along with me, or you can listen to whatever your heart desires. But if someone could let me know if the sound is good, can you hear me well? We're going to get started in 1 minute here. Just going to give a minute for people to trickle in. Put myself on Do Not Disturb. Sound is good. Perfect. Thank you. We're going to be working on hip openers today. This is going to be a really fun, gentle class. There are no chaturangas in this class. Surprise coming from me. I love a good chaturanga. Awesome, and I'm going to move my chair out of the way so we can get started in a minute. For this class, 2 blocks are awesome to have, but if you don't have them, you can totally work without them. And I'm going to start my playlist from the top right now. Awesome. Welcome everybody. I am Rachel, and today we're going to be doing some hip openers. All right. Well, it is 7:01, so let's get started, shall we? We are going to begin lying on our backs. Lie down fully relaxed, and we're going to take 3 breaths here before we begin our practice. Take a breath in through the nose and let it out through the mouth. Once again, inhale through the nose and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Use your next inhale to bring your knees in towards your chest, placing the hands on the shins and circle out the hips. We're going to do a few in one direction, and let's switch directions. Starting to wake up the old hip sockets. All right, once you finish off that last one, plant your feet on the ground. They're parallel and hip width distance here. Arms are by my sides, and I'm going to engage the glutes to pick the hips up off the ground for our bridge pose. Take a breath in here, and then exhale, come up onto the toes. Breath in, and slowly lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. The last thing to lower is the feet. Once you're all the way down, take a breath in. Exhale, push the hips back up and back up on the toes. And slowly lower back down. We're going to do 1 more like that. Inhaling to prepare. Exhale, push the hips up onto the toes. Hold here for an inhale, and then exhale, slowly lower down. Once the feet hit the ground, pick up the right foot and cross it over your left thigh. Ankle is over the thigh. Then pick up the left leg and bring your hands to the back of the thigh. This is our figure 4 position. Feet are flexed and active. And we're going to breathe here for a minute. Gently lower down that left foot, and we'll pick up the right foot. Show the bottom of the foot to the sky, bringing the knee to the outside of the torso. Reach up and grab the outer edge of the right foot for our half happy baby. Once you're here, you can roll to the outer edge of the left foot for a counterbalance. Return back to the bottom of the left foot and plant the right foot down. We're going to do that on the other side. Pick up the left foot, cross the ankle over the right thigh, and then pick up the right leg and reach underneath to grab the back of the thigh. Gentle figure 4 stretch. Start to wake up your hips. All right, replant that right foot. Show the bottom of your left foot to the sky. Reach up to grab the outer edge of the foot. Half happy baby. Sorry, I had to sneeze for the last 3 poses there. Roll to the outer edge of the right foot. And breathe here. I tried so hard holding that sneeze, now my eyes are watering. Nice. All right, release that left foot, plant it on the ground next to the right, and tuck the knees in towards the chest. Bringing the hands into the knee pits, we're gonna rock and roll up and down the spine. So we're gonna contract the core to make a nice smooth roll. We'll do 4 of these. All right. Once you finish off your last one, feet are planted and plant the hands just behind you, fingertips facing towards you. We're going to take a breath in to prepare here. And exhale, push the hips up for our reverse tabletop position. This is really stretching through the fronts of the shoulders and activating the glute. You can keep your neck looking forward, you can look up, or you can gently drop it back. Lower the butt back to the ground. Extend the feet out in front of you. And we're gonna do something called seated butt walks. These are really fun. We're gonna have the feet straight out in front, feet flexed, parallel. Arms by your sides. Mine are kind of folded up here. And we're gonna keep the core strong and engaged and the spine nice and tall. We're gonna pick up the right butt cheek, walk it back, then pick up the left, walk back. Keep going to the back of the mat. Once you get to the back, go back forward. This is great to start to wake up all the muscles in your glutes, your hips, your core. Feels like a funny exercise though. We're gonna do this for another 30 seconds. Keep sitting up nice and tall. Boogieing up and down the mat. Yeah. All right. Once you're back near the center of your mat, bring the bottoms of your feet together, knees wide, for a butterfly stretch. Sit up nice and tall, and then gently hinge forward, trying to keep a flat back here. Once you can't go any further, hold here for a breath. One more in. And exhale, round the spine, fold over. Bring yourself back up, replant the feet, and we're going to windshield wiper them side to side, knees going to the left, and knees going to the right. You can do this with your hands gently placed behind you like mine are, or you can do it without hands for an extra challenge. I can't believe it's snowing out right now. What is this, April, Nova Scotia? Get out of here. All right, next time your knees are off to one side, swing them around and we'll make our way to tabletop position. We're on all fours, knees are under the hips, wrists are under the shoulders. Elbows are trying to spiral the pits of them forward, an external rotation. And we're gonna take a cat-cow here. Gently opening the heart forward on the inhale. And exhale, round the spine and contract the core, cat pose. Let's move through another couple of these. Inhaling forward, exhaling to round. Last one, forward. Exhale to round. Tuck your toes, and we're going to send the hips up and back for our first downward facing dog. Find some movement here. Pedal out through the feet. Wiggle the hips side to side. Whatever feels good. Trying to spiral the elbow pits forward still, and trying to keep the low ribs tucked in. Let's try and find some stillness here, bending the knees as much as you need to lengthen the spine. Take a big breath in and let it go. Once more in and out. Take a nice slow walk to the top of the mat, meeting in a forward fold. Feet are hip width distance and parallel. Knees are nice and soft here. Let's find our halfway lift position. Coming to a nice tall spine, hands can be on the shins, thighs, or on the mat. Rolling the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, fold over. Inhale, slowly roll the spine up, one vertebrae at a time. Once you get to the top, sweeping the arms up overhead. And exhale, arms down by your side, Namaste. We're gonna do some standing hip circles now. So, leaning into the left leg, standing tall, trying not to dump into the hip. We're gonna pick up the right leg. We're gonna bring it out to the side, external rotation, and then bring it around the back, trying to keep the core engaged. We're not arching into the back here. We're trying to keep the motion in the hip. We're gonna take a few circles here. Toe can be pointed or flexed. Just make it an intentional choice. Do one more, and then we're going to change directions. So from the back, out to the side, in front, and back. I like going in this direction so much more, and I don't know why. All right, replant that right foot down, and let's do that on the other side. Shifting the weight into the right leg, standing up nice and tall, pick the left leg up. Bring it out to the side. Around the back, and back in front. Let's draw a couple more of these nice circles. If your hip is like clicking, make your circle smaller. And let's switch directions. If you're having trouble balancing, try to focus on one fixed point. Unlike me, looking directly out at the blowing snow. All right, plant that left foot back down, shake it out, and inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale to your halfway lift, rolling the shoulders away from the ear, and fold to plant the hands, step back to a plank pose. And then exhale, push the hips back, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. On your next inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that left foot between your hands, low lunge. You can drop your back knee or you can keep it lifted. You can bring blocks here to support underneath your hands to make it more comfortable. We're going to dip the hip and open the chest forward. And then exhale, pull the hips back, straighten through the right leg and flex the right foot for our half split. Trying to keep a nice long spine here. Inhale, back forward, low lunge. Plant the left hand, reach the right arm up, low lunge twist. From here, let's turn all of the toes to the right and sit the left hip down, horizon lunge. Breath in, and in the exhale, press into this left hand, push the hips up and sweep the right arm up alongside your ear for a side body stretch. Lower back down to your horizon lunge. And pivot back towards your low lunge twist. Replant that right hand. Step that right foot back, downward facing dog. Let's do that on the other side. Breath in, breath out. One more of those in and out. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step that foot between your hands. Dip the hips, open the heart forward, low lunge. And on the exhale, pull the hips back, straighten through the left leg and flex the foot for a half split. Inhale back forward to your low lunge. Plant the right hand. Reach the left arm up for a low lunge twist. Now this time we're going to turn all the toes to the left and sit the right hip down. Horizon lunge. Breath in. And exhale, push up, side body stretch. Gently lower back down, horizon lunge. And return back towards your low lunge, reaching the left arm up for a twist. Replant that left hand, step the left foot back, plank pose, and then exhale, push back, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. On your next inhale, lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that foot between your hands, low lunge. Exhale, push back, half split. And inhale back forward to your low lunge. Turn all the toes to the right and sit down into your horizon. Press up for a side body stretch. And gently lower back down to your horizon. This time, instead of turning back towards our low lunge, we're going to pick up this right leg, turn it to face the back of the mat. Bring the bottom of the foot to plant to the inside of the left thigh and reach the arms up overhead. Seated tree pose or Janu Sirsasana. Try and fold forward, keeping as flat of a back as you can. Hold for a breath in. And exhale, round and fold. Inhale back up and plant the right foot. We're going to pivot back towards our plank pose. And from here, exhale, press right back into downward facing dog. We're going to do that on the other side once we take 2 breaths here in our downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step that foot between your hands. Drop the hip, open the heart forward, low lunge. And then exhale, pull the hips back, half split. Inhale back forward to your low lunge. And this time we're going to turn all the toes to the left. Sit the right hip down, horizon lunge. Exhale, press to a side body stretch, lifting the hips off the ground. And lower back down. This time we'll pick the left foot up. Bring the bottom of the foot to the inside of the right thigh. Once again, our seated tree pose facing the back of our mat. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, fold with a flat back. Hold here for a breath in. And exhale, round the spine. Inhale back up and pivot back towards your original front of your mat to a plank pose. As you make it to plank, push back, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. On your next inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, step that foot between your hands. Inhale, rise up to a high crescent lunge. Here, my tailbone is lightly tucked to encourage opening through the left hip flexor. Arms are overhead. And exhale, back stroke with this right arm, opening up to the right for a high crescent twist. Whew, that's a tongue twister. Breath in. Exhale, gently lower that back knee. Plant the left hand, reach the right arm up. We're in a low lunge twist. Relift that back knee by tucking the toe. And turn all the toes to the right. Exhale, sit down into your horizon lunge. And inhale, press the hips up for a side body stretch. Exhale, gently lower back down. And once again, we'll pick up this right foot. Whoops. And plant it. We're not going to bring it to the inside of the thigh this time. It's going to plant just about my knee, just about around my knee area. Hip width distance and parallel to the other leg. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, try to fold forward with a flat back. This is called Marishirshasana. Hold here for a breath in. And exhale, fold forward. If you'd like, you can also take a bind here, internally rotating the right arm to wrap it around the right leg. Then bringing the left arm, internally rotating it to grip behind my back. We'll hold here for 2 breaths. Gently release the bind if you have it. Plant the left hand behind you, fingertips facing away, and engage the glutes. Press the hips up for a gentle hip opener here. And gently lower back down. We're going to turn back towards the front, meeting in a plank pose, and then push the hips back. Downward facing dog, 2 breaths. On your next inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it between your hands. Inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. Tucking through the tailbone to open through the right hip flexor. And exhale, open up to a twist. Left arm reaches back. Hold here, breath in. Exhale, gently lower the right knee. Plant the right hand, reach the left arm up. With the right toes tucked, relift that knee. And turn all the toes to the left. Sit the right hip down, horizon lunge. Take a breath in, and then exhale, push the hips up, side body stretch. Lower the hips back down, pick up the left foot and plant it. Hip width distance away from your right leg. Sit up nice and tall. And we're going to take a fold here. Trying to keep the flat back for the first breath in. And exhale, fold. Once again, you can take a bind here, internally rotating the left arm, wrapping it around the body, around the back, and wrapping the right arm around the back to meet it. Mary Shirshasana. One more breath in and out. Gently release that bind. Plant the right hand behind you. Fingertips are facing away. We're going to press into this left foot and lift, engaging the glutes, the hips up. For nice stretch here through the front body. And gently lower back down. Pivot back towards your original front in a plank pose. And push the hips back. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths here to reset. On your next inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, step that foot between your hands, and inhale, rise up. High crescent lunge. Exhale, backstroke with this right arm, opening up to a twist. One breath in and out. One more breath in, and then we're going to backstroke with this left arm, twisting to open the hips to the left, pivoting on that left foot so the toes are now facing the left, keeping the bend in the front knee. We are in our warrior 2 pose, gazing over the right middle finger. Tailbone is gently tucked to encourage opening through the hips. And on the exhale, flip the right palm, gently reach forward, up and back for reverse warrior. The left hand can slide down the leg, or it can take a half bind wrapping around your waist. Inhale back up to your warrior 2. And we're going to bring the right forearm to the right thigh, the left arm up alongside the ear for our extended side angle. If you're comfortable here, you can also bring the right hand to a block that's to the inside of your right foot or to the ground. Here we're trying to draw a nice straight line between the knife edge of the left foot and the left fingertips. You can also take a bind here if you'd like to move a little further, bringing the right arm underneath the right leg, internally rotating the left arm to meet it behind your back. And trying to spiral the chest open to the sky. This is a pretty advanced option, so you can stay at any point that makes you comfortable. One more breath in. Exhale, release the bind if you have it. And we're going to plant the left hand. Pivot so we're back in our low lunge. Reach the right arm up. Low lunge twist. Take a breath here. And then we're going to pick up this left or right leg and step it back by the left for a side plank. You can modify this by bringing the left leg down to a bend. And you can keep holding here, or pick up this right foot and gently drop it behind you, pressing the hips up, engaging the glute for another hip opener. I'm all about the hip openers lately. I love them. All right, return back towards your plank, planting the right hand, and push back to downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here, and then we'll do the other side. On your next inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, step that foot between your hands. And then inhale, rise up to your high crescent lunge. Exhale, backstroke this left arm, open up to the left for a twist. Still trying to keep the hips squaring to the front. Hold for one more breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to backstroke with this right arm. Make a big turn, opening to the right, pivoting on this right foot so the toes are facing the right, to our warrior two. Gazing over the left middle finger, keeping a nice bend in the left knee. Hold here for a breath in. And on the exhale, flip the left palm, gently reach forward, up and back for a reverse warrior. Right hand can slide down the leg or half bind around the waist. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale back up, arms to a T. Bring the left forearm to the left thigh, right arm up alongside the ear for extended side angle. You can stay here, or you can bring the left hand to a block or to the ground to the inside of your left foot. Once again, drawing a nice long line from the knife edge of the right foot to the right fingertips here. You can also come with me and take the bind, bringing your left hand underneath the leg, internally rotating, and the right arm around your back, internally rotating. Then trying to spiral the chest open to the sky. Breathing here. And gently release that bind if you have one. We're gonna plant the right hand down, re-square the hips to our low lunge position, and reach with the left arm up for a twist. My gosh, how is it 7:30 already? This time is going too quick. Let's pick up this left foot and step it back by the right for our side plank. You can modify by dropping the right knee. You can take it a step further by picking up this left foot, gently placing it behind you, pressing up through the hips, engaging the glutes, opening the front body. All right, return back towards your plank pose and push the hips back, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. I'm going to grab a sip of water. Feel free to do that too. Meeting back at our downward facing dog in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in and out. On your inhale, come up on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look to the top of the mat. Inhale, step to the top, feet are hip width distance and parallel. We'll come right to our halfway lift, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale to fold. From here, we'll heel toe our feet out, closer to the width of the mat. Heels are in, toes are facing away, and let's sit the hips down into Malasana. Malasana is not accessible for you. You can bring blocks underneath to make it more comfortable. Hands are at heart center. Triceps are pressing to the inside of the knees. Taking a big breath here. And on the exhale, standing up. Big squat. Once you get to the top, engage the glutes. A little tuck of the tailbone. And then we'll lower back down. We're gonna do 5 of these. Exhaling to push up, little tailbone tuck, and sit back down. That's 3. That's 4. Last one. Sit back down. Take one more big breath in your malasana. I kind of like to move side to side a little bit here. And on your exhale, one more time, standing straight up. All right, let's take a big, wide step on the mat now. Standing up nice and tall. We're gonna slightly bend into this left leg, gently hinging forward, and then switching sides. Just little gentle side to side lunges. If you want to take this with a little more challenge, you can go down into your skandasana. So I'm bending into the right knee, turning the left toes to face the sky. They're facing away from me. And then sitting down here into my skandasana. You can use your hands to go from side to side, or you can go hands free. We'll do one more to each side. So this is my last one to the right, and my last one to the left. Come back to standing, and we'll take a wide fold, hinging at the hips. Hands can come to the mat, come to your ankles, wherever is comfortable. Trying to keep my legs nice and active here. I'm thinking about pulling the mat apart with my feet. It's not going to tear, but that's the intention with the engagement. Take a big breath in and let it go. Inhale, rise back up to standing. We're going to make our way down to a seated straddle. You can get down however you want, or I like to do it this way. Turn my toes out, bring my hands to the ground, externally rotate them so the fingertips are facing towards me, and I'm going to walk my hands towards me while sliding my feet forward until I get down to seat. Once we're here, sitting up nice and tall, feet can be flexed or pointed, but we are going to grab one of our blocks if you have one. If you do not, water bottle would also work great, a book, a can of soup, anything. We're going to do block lifts. So we're going to lift our leg over the block and then back over it. You can shorten your straddle a little bit for this to make it a little more accessible. Fingertips are going to plant about midway down my left thigh. I'm going to gently hinge over this thigh. I'm going to engage my legs really strong, really turn on that quad, and lift the leg over the block. And then lift it back over the block. We're going to do 5. Once you finish off your last one, shake it out and bring your block over by the right foot. Hands are about midway down the thigh, slightly hinging over this right leg. Breath in to prepare, and then lift that leg over the block. Little hip flexor strengthening. These are so hard. And last one. Whew. All right, ditch the block, wiggle out those legs, and let's take a side bend, bringing the right arm to the inside of the right leg, the left arm up overhead as you bend to the right. Trying to spiral the chest open to the sky. Big exhale. Inhale back up through center, bringing the left arm to the inside of the left leg, and the right arm up alongside the ear as you bend to the left. Inhale back up to center. Bring your hands into your knee pits, pull them in, and windshield wiper them side to side. All right, let's turn towards our original front of the mat and gently lower down onto our backs. Bringing the knees in towards the chest, taking them wide, flexing the feet to show the bottoms of them to the sky. Reach up and grab the outer edge of your feet for our full happy baby. Earlier we did the half happy baby. I kind of like to rock side to side here on my low back. Big deep breaths. And plant the feet back down on the ground. Once again, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh and then picking up that left leg. Feet are flexed for a figure 4 once more. Big breath in and out. Plant that left foot back down and fully cross the right leg over the left. Then knock the knees to the left for a twist. If this is too intense, you can uncross your legs to make it a little more gentle. Inhale, bring the legs back to center, uncross, and pick up the left leg, cross the ankle over the right thigh, pick up the right leg, hands to the back of the thigh, figure 4. Gently release that right leg down, cross the left fully over the right, and exhale as you knock your knees to the right. Inhale, bring the legs back to center, uncross, and stretch them out long as we prepare for our final pose, Shavasana. Arms can be by your sides or wherever's comfortable. And we'll take a few breaths here to finish off today's practice. Try to soften your jaw, soften your gaze. And breathe deeply. Whenever you're ready, gently roll off to whatever side feels more natural and reach the opposite arm to press you up to a seat. And thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. We'll be back in 2 weeks for another beginner's live stream on YouTube. But between then and now, I am also doing a lot of live classes on my Patreon, which is linked in the description of this video. We upload classes there every week and we do live streams. We have a fun class coming up on April 20th. We're doing a Nirvana slow flow. I'm very much looking forward to that one. Yay, thanks for coming, everybody. I hope your hips feel nice and open. Yay, I'm glad you love the Patreon. Yes, there's a lot of classes already on there, so if you are interested in moving more, check it out. We're also open to requests there, so if there's something you're looking for, just let me know, and of course, I would love to do it. You're welcome. Wow, we're at perfect timing today, 7:44. Nice. I'm getting better at this timing thing. All right. I think that's all I had to announce at the end of class today. I hope you all have a nice, what day is it? Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. The time feels all weird and it's so dark out right now. It's so snowy. This is unacceptable. Yesterday I was out playing in the yard in the sun, and today it's snowstorm. Nova Scotia. Yay! I'm glad that they provide more strength and flexibility. That's awesome. All right, well, I'm gonna shut things down here and make dinner now. So thank you for joining me. This class will be reposted, so you can do it whenever from my YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys back here in 2 weeks. I believe that's the 18th? Yeah. All right, thank you for joining, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.